I bought this wonderful 17 acres of land 5 years ago to the day, and I'm finally in the process of building a house here, which you can see behind me. It's also a bit of a special week because I finally got a 1,000,000 view video on TikTok and hit that 30,000 subscriber mark on YouTube. But what a good time to do the full tour walk around of what's been done over the last 5 years. Now, the very first thing was put in a track. I built this old shed that's made from pallets, and this one too. A bit dilapidated now, but they were originally clad in this sort of feather edge board, but I've used that on another project now. A bit overgrown now, but next I built this little earth bag structure that's made from sandbags to house the water system for the farm that all comes from a deep well down there. Then I put up this polytunnel, which used to house 1,000 chickens, but is now full of wood. And in those first few months I planted a ridiculous amount of fruit trees everywhere, and lots of trees like those willows at the back for the woods. Fenced differently now, so you can't quite tell, but on this field we had 2,500 chickens next in movable chicken houses, so we could use regenerative agriculture and rotate the grazing. But now we're all insect farming. The field is rented out for a horse, and at the back there, lots of allotments. Next on the list, I built this big chicken house that was for just under 3,000 chickens, but now houses loads of insects, which I guess I'll give you a quick peek of them. Lots of longer videos on the YouTube channel of the construction of all these different things, as well as lots of chicken stuff. Do insects now instead of chickens though is a bit of an unfortunate reason. It's kind of a combination of COVID, Brexit, and then a war meant that the feed price became unsustainable for us, so we were basically getting charged more to produce an egg from the feed cost than we can actually receive from a customer buying the egg. And yeah, these are little creatures we swapped out the chickens for. As you can see, little wriggly maggots. Pretty much just seed those maggots in various portion sizes into these blue trays, and then when they're of size, harvest them out in this little contraption. Then we put them in the rotary oven to dry them out. And yeah, and in that first sort of year and a half when COVID hit us, decided to build this little earth bag roundhouse that's built from sandbags. Merrily built that, it's just a bit of fun really, but it's turned out to be a very useful bedroom. It's warm in the winter and cool in the summer because of the thick walls. What more can you ask for? As yeah, just because you're off-grid doesn't mean you have to live uncomfortably, does it? And then next, I built this bit of the barn. This is predominantly sort of the power room, storage room now, but it was for packing eggs in. And yeah, as mentioned, came a bit of a lull in the business when it became unsustainable to keep the chickens. And also a massive long wait dealing with the council trying to get permission for the dwelling here. Yeah, that's all done with now, and got what I wanted with permissions wise, so it's all worked out well in the end. And got another business going here now, producing insects instead of eggs, so it's all worked out in the end. A lot of stress, but 5 years later, all things are rosy. I guess if you've watched this much of the video, you're sort of interested in what's going on, so if you are wanting to see how some of the builds have progressed sort of from the ground up, check out the YouTube channel because all of the longer format videos are on there. And as always, don't forget to give me a follow, and if you've got any questions about the off-grid life, drop them in the comment box below.